Once upon a time, there lived a princess whose greatest joy was found within the pages of her beloved books. Each story filled her mind with adventures and ideas, making her feel alive. However, her stepmother disapproved of her passion, believing that reading was a waste of time and that the princess should focus on more princess-like things. This disdain grew into anger, resulting in a heart-wrenching act of destruction. In a fit of rage, the stepmother took all of the princess's cherished books and tossed them into the river. Devastated, the princess ran to the water's edge, tears streaming down her cheeks as she mourned the loss of her literary friends. As her sobs echoed across the water, a shimmering figure emerged from the depths, a water fairy. She approached the princess, her eyes filled with compassion. "Why are you crying, dear?" she asked gently. The princess, through her tears, explained her heartache. The fairy smiled softly and reassured her, "Do not worry. I will bring your books back." With that, she dove into the river, and moments later, she resurfaced, returning the books to their rightful owner. Overjoyed, the princess embraced her beloved stories and began to read once more. But the stepmother's cruelty had not ended. One fearful day, in a fit of fury, she burned the books in the fireplace. The princess watched helplessly as flames devoured the pages, her heart shattering into pieces. As she cried beside the fire, a flame fairy appeared, drawn by her sorrow. "What has happened to you?" she asked. The princess, still in shock, recounted the tragedy. The flame fairy listened intently and said, "Do not cry, I will return your books." With a flick of her wrist, she conjured the flames to reveal the princess's books, untouched and whole. Once again, the princess's heart soared as she resumed her reading, thankful for the fairy's kindness. Just when she thought her troubles were over, the stepmother devised another cruel plan. This time, she took the precious books to a desolate land of ice. The princess followed her stepmother's path, heart heavy with despair. After a long and treacherous journey through the cold terrain, she encountered the Ice Queen, who radiated an aura of chilly grace. The princess shared her plight, and the queen, feeling sympathetic, returned the books to her. With her spirits lifted, the princess embraced her cherished volumes, grateful for the queen's generosity. Yet the stepmother did not rest. In her final act of vengeance, she buried the books deep within the forest, convinced that this would be the end of her stepdaughter's love for reading. Enveloped in sadness, the princess wandered into the woods, tears falling silently among the trees. It was here that a forest fairy emerged from the shadows, her wings glimmering like leaves in sunlight. The fairy approached the princess and asked, "Why do you weep?" Once more, the princess recounted her story. The forest fairy listened with care and replied, "Come back here after 1 year." The princess nodded, her heart heavy yet hopeful. Time passed slowly as she waited, each day filled with thoughts of her books and the stories that had sparked her imagination. Finally, the year had come to an end. The princess returned to the forest, anticipation bubbling within her. What awaited her was beyond her wildest dreams. A magnificent tree stood where her books had been buried. It soared high into the sky, its branches heavy with books of all kinds, each one waiting to be discovered. Ecstatic, the princess approached the magical tree, her eyes dancing with excitement. She realized that this wondrous gift was a sign that her love for knowledge could never be extinguished, no matter the obstacles. From that day forward, whenever she craved a new adventure or a tale to embrace, she simply plucked a book from the magical tree, her heart filled with gratitude and wonder. Thus, the princess lived happily ever after, surrounded by her beloved stories, knowing that true love for knowledge can never be destroyed.